Good afternoon, child of grace. I had on my mind this evening, when I first started my channel, I would get in these dueling Bible verses with people, a couple of people, until I learned better. The servant of God is not supposed to strive. And I get in these dueling Bible verses with some folk, but I don't do it anymore. But back then, I new to the internet, and I learned better. Good thing that they can't punch you in the nose. That's what I like about it, if they disagree with you. But anyway, I was kind of going back and forth with this brother. I count him a brother now because he had attributes of God. He was a partaker of God's divine nature. Not everything. He didn't have every, he was a partaker, part of it. You could find some of God's divine nature in him, which all God's people have a little smidgen of it sometimes, of God's divine nature. So he was a brother. He got on to me, though, and finally I said, this is getting a little bit too sketchy, so I just apologized. I'm sorry, that wasn't enough for him. He wanted me to make a video and call him by name and do all this, but I never did that. I just apologized on his channel, saying, I'm sorry I misrepresented you, which I didn't do. But anyway, this fellow was, I think, a Torah observer. He observed the Torah. And I don't ever call names, so I'm not calling any names now. I'm just saying they were Torah observers, where they go by the law and something, I guess. But, he explained to me that he just observed the Torah, or whatever it was. The thing about it is, I was trying to show, how does that work? What about all the people that never learned to read, or do they have to carry a copy of God's law around with them in their pocket and go, hey, let's see if am I doing this one, observing it, Well, I was trying to explain that to the brother, but, I hope it worked out, I don't know where he is now, but anyway, if you're there, I believe you're a brother, there's no condition in my religion. There's no condition of anything you believe that is wrong. I believe some crazy things in my life. Anything you believe that's wrong, that doesn't affect God's love for you, brother. And anyway, I was just saying that these people were Torah observers, but they never looked at it close enough. I don't believe. I believe that. If you go down that route, you're going to find yourself in bondage. He said they wasn't doing it to be saved, like they call it. But whatever they were doing, I tell you what, I believe there was some chains involved in it, so put it on your back, Torah observers. Well, I don't believe like that down here in Alabama, brothers and sisters. I believe, we are partakers of his divine nature, and that's the way I go. He said, he said? He said, by this shall all men know you are my disciples. Not how much you can memorize of the law, how much memory you got of it, but do you show love to your brothers and sisters, By this shall all men know you are my disciples. You're patient and kind, gentle, meekness. All these are attributes of somebody that is blessed. That's what if you ever notice the Sermon on the Mount? Blessed are the merciful, blessed are the meek, blessed, but it always led off with blessed this and blessed that. So these are blessed people, brothers and sisters. If you're a child of grace out there, you're blessed. God has blessed you. When he gets to the end of the world, you notice he'll say over there, "Depart from me, ye cursed." These people are the ones that are left under the curse of God. But this brother that I was talking about, I hope he don't see this. He might call me up and jump on me again. But no more dueling Bible verses, except for this last one I'm going to put on you. Except for this last Bible verse that I go by. Let's see. Like I say, what about all the masses of people that never learned to read? What about little babies in the mother's womb? What about all these people, that are illiterate down through the ages? But anyway, this is my last Bible verse that I'm going to pull out to go against that proves that well, it doesn't prove anything, because if you don't want to know, it's not going to, somebody doesn't want Stubbs carry up a list of every the do's and don'ts of the law in the back pocket, go ahead and do it. But I'm just pointing out to you, a lot of folks can't read, especially me sometimes. Okay, here's what I wanted to point out. For not the hearers of the law shall be just before God, but the doers of the law shall be justified. For when the Gentiles, which have not the law, do by nature the things contained in the law, having not the law, are a law unto themselves, which show the work of the law, written in their hearts. See, that's the way God does it nowadays, brother and sister. He writes it in your heart. That's why you see people holding the door for you out there. That's why you see people that are merciful and kind out there in this world, because they have it written in their heart. They know right from wrong. How do they know it? Let me see. Let me finish what it says right here. It says, their conscience also bearing witness, and their thoughts to the meanwhile accusing or excusing one another. In other words, your conscience will say, oh, that's right, that's wrong, that's right. You know, your conscience will tell you, say. So, brothers and sisters, that's in Romans 2, and I guess start around the 13th chapter of Romans. These Gentiles, how do they know about God? Because it's written in their heart, the circumcision of the heart, without hands, that happened to you, brothers and sisters, out there. And you had no say in the matter when it happened. Thank God you didn't, because you'd have said no. But I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, this is the reason why so many people don't want to have anything to do with God. But it's because their portrayal, the portrayal of what God's people are out there, is so they don't want to have. It's so legalistic. Some of them are legalistic, and there's a lot of reasons, brothers and sisters, why people, like I say, don't darken the door of any religious order. And it's because maybe they've been, as children, molested by somebody claiming to be speaking for God. You see what I'm saying? In some religious order. All kind of reasons, brother. But mainly is they want to be free. They want to have liberty. And the first thing that most of them you see out there, the first thing they want to do is take away your liberty, you know. And put the law on your back, put something to do, there's something to do gospel out there on a poor child of grace's back. He's just trying to get up and take a few steps, and they knock him back down and put him under some kind of legalistic system. Might be tithing or something like that. Give 1/10 of your kids need shoes and got to go to the dentist, and they want to get you to send them some money, stuff like that, bringing the law over into the New Testament. That's a whole nother video. If you can look over there on my playlist, you might see it, and it's called when the cheerful giver goes out the window. That's what I call that one. But anyway, that's just a whole nother video about how to give to God. You know, you give out of a willing heart, something to a cheerful giver. If somebody's twisting my arms trying to make me keep the law, the cheerful giver for me goes out the window. But anyway, didn't want to get too far into that little video. But no, if you want to give to God, best thing to do is go down and get some groceries and find the poorest people you can find and put it up and give it to them. That's how you give to God nowadays. I would, But anyway. Will a man rob God? They know all the letter that kills, brothers and sisters. But anyway, but the Spirit gives life, not so much. Anyway, just thought I'd make this video while my wife was in there shopping. And I got this, my little studio here all to myself. It has pretty good sound in it. Anyway, I'm going to post this one maybe later on tonight. And for some reason, I've been making a lot of videos lately, but anyway, hope you enjoy them and you listen to them. And yeah, and put a comment if you want to in the comment section, good or bad, and because I enjoyed it, especially if you're from another country. Way out of, I love to see somebody like Japan or Australia or Europe or Morocco, Thailand. I mean, all over France. I like to see stuff like that because, that's amazing to me, being born down here in Alabama, across the river over there where we had party lines where we'd pick up the phone and there'd be somebody else on the phone and we had to wait till they got through to talk. But anyway, peace and love from this old boy down here in Alabama. That's my wife over there looking for it.